All right, so we're back. Yeah, so like I said last time, we're probably gonna do Defiler, with Ye Shunguang, even though I don't know. Part of it feels like, well, we'll take a look at the team. So this is the buff I'm going with. Obviously this is basically built for her. Yeah, so we do this. Now, personally, ideally, I kind of prefer running. Where are we? Come on, come on. There we go. You know what I might do? Okay, so I'm kind of thinking this out now. What I might do is I might swap her. I might swap Pulchra here for Dialyn, right? So now what does that mean? If Dialyn is here, I might put Trigger. What I might end up doing here is putting Trigger here
I've got you covered. Let's
and
move.
then running. Where are we?
I would never turn down more faith.
Issue one is right here. I'm running this,
I'll show you my real value this time.
right? So I might do something like this, but I think the issue is because this 7 exit. Is it this that gives it to me? Yeah, okay. This stun damage multiplier increases the stun damage whatever by 30%. Ye Shunguang caps out at 210, right? Dialyn gives her 30, which means that while she's in her like enhanced state, the damage multiplier goes up to 180. So you're at 180 plus 30 is 210. You hit the cap, right? If I'm running her by herself, trigger by herself, because I have M1 trigger.
I've got your back.
Let's see, M1 trigger. It gives M1 trigger gives out 55% stun damage multiplier on her own, which means that before the buffs from the whatever modifier are added, I'm already at 205, which means that once that other thing adds the 30%, I'm losing like 25% of that. So I think ultimately, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to run that. So we're just going to go with Dialyn here. Plus, Sammy kind of needs trigger more than that anyway, so whatever. What do I run on this team normally? Normally I run this guy, but he's kind of low, so we're just gonna go with Bang Volver. Anyway, I was talking about this. I don't know if I showed off the builds here. All right, so this build is a little off because you don't want to go higher than 50% crit rate on her because she gets 50% from other sources. So once you hit 50, she's at 100. So right now she's technically at 103. So I'm wasting 3% crit stats, just overstatting, which is a waste. Yeah, crit damage isn't too bad. With Dialyn's set bonus, she goes up to 200 crit damage, which is pretty good. 100 crit chance and 200 crit damage is not bad. Well balanced, right? Which you might want a little less crit chance and then go a little more crit damage. So probably something like 90-ish crit chance with like 250 crit damage. That might be a little better. That's probably more evened out. These are all her skills, whatever. I'm running her on pen ratio just because it's like the one thing she can't saturate. Everything else she saturates like crazy. So it's attack percentage. She gets 1,000 from Zhao. Crit damage she gets a bunch from this and whatever. I forgot she had crit damage from this. She gets it from the King of the Summit set. Physical damage bonus she has this. Physical damage shred. So she has so many sources. She saturates so many different sources that it's kind of hard to like find a decent one. So I just went with pen ratio just because it's a little easier when it wants to see the stats here. So this is Dialyn. One of my favorite built units, just one of my favorite units. I'm glad I actually pulled her from that event or whatever when she was here. Yeah, so this is her set. I got a lot of lucky crit rate pieces. +3 here, +3 here. Obviously, that was going to be maxed out. +2 and then +2. And I run out of Steam Oven because I don't really need her main weapon. Her main weapon gives out more crit damage, which again, her main pair is Ye Shunguang, who's already kind of like overcapping on crit damage. And then not to mention, Zhao was supposed to release with her weapon that also gives crit damage. So it's like you just got, it's insane. But yeah, anyway, so this is my Zhao. As you can see, she's kind of scuffed because one, she doesn't have this, so the max attack boost I'm getting is 850, so I'm missing 150 on the top end. She doesn't have any skill ups because she doesn't do anything. All she's here to do is hit Aether Veil, and that's basically it. Yeah, just swap in, do Aether Veil, and leave, and then give her buffs. So she gives out 850 attack, plus percentage of damage. I don't know. I'm not at 27, so I don't know how much what like how close I am to this. What percentage? Damage bonus 1% for every 400. I'm almost at 24. So what is this? 4 times 6. I don't know. I can't. 24,000 divided by 4. Uh, 24 divided by 4 is 60. 1% times 60. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's not 60. It's like 600. Anyway, I can't really do math right now. My head hurts. But yeah, I'm just missing this. I'll have to wait till next week because I don't want to spend stamina to do this. And next week they're going to give us 3 runs anyway. So whatever. And this is the set I'm running her on. This set sucks. You don't block. You rarely ever block. It doesn't matter. In this boss instance, you do block because you want the crit damage that the thing gives you. So you're kind of forced to play that way. But in most gameplay, it's not conducive. There's just really no good set on her. You don't care about the stun window, so this doesn't mean a whole lot. And then her ult kind of sucks, so you almost never want to use it anyway. It just takes up too much time. Like every second you're not on Ye Shunguang on this team is like wasted DPS. Obviously, she can't use this piece, this set. What else? She can't. She doesn't have enough quick assists to run Astro Voice either. Not to mention, Dialyn also doesn't have any quick assists. There's just no good sets on her, unfortunately. So I'm just running this just because why not? Yeah. Then obviously Dialyn has her thing. So this is the team we're running. I kind of have this boss memorized with Sambi, but the way Ye Shunguang plays is a little differently. So we'll all figure this out together, right? We'll see how this goes.
The faithless are a blight upon this world.
See, look at this. So it only takes one kind of minor rotation. It only takes one kind of minor rotation to get her ult up, so it's not that big a deal. I still, as you can tell, I'm still not like super skilled at. What? What do you mean? I'm not the best at like managing Ye Shunguang's rotations and getting everything out of the way. Again, it's like Ye Shunguang wants to just be on the field hitting them, but you do have to block every so often to make sure you get the max stacks on the bosses, whatever. So that's kind of irritating. Not to mention, again, here it's a little doubly beneficial for us because Zhao's weapon gives her more damage, so you kind of want that too. But yeah, so again, this is the rotation. You just basic attack. Then you do this, and now we're just down to 1. So you do 1 more. I wasn't supposed to do that. So this is one of the issues here. You can see there the multiplier says 155. Oh wow, getting comboed. It says 155. That should be 180 whatever. And the problem with that is you have to hit Dialyn's triple special EX special attack. What I did was I messed up the rotation. I went for the block and it threw off all my rotations. Because when I tried swapping back into Dialyn, she was busy with whatever she was busy with or whatever. I don't know. It's just, oh, I didn't mean to leave. That was dumb. increases by 30%. Yeah. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know. It should be increased by 30%. So by default, it should already be 185. And then with Dialyn's damage, stun damage multiplier buff, whatever, should be 210. Interesting. I'm not sure what's up with that.
Sacred path must not be profaned.
Keep this, it will be fine.
Well, I remember what happened. I swapped over to Dialyn and it like, or to Ye Shunguang. I swapped over to Ye Shunguang before time and I didn't get the buff up. I don't really know what the best combo is for that, but I just thought we're gonna hit this.
My will and win power in the heavens. Ye Shunguang is Yunkai summoned. Breaking
Actually, that was kind of a waste because, like, I was just like, oh, the stun window's running out, but it doesn't matter because she's got a permanent stun window anyway.
Their poison is my grace.
Okay.
Rising tide of destiny. Sink. All stress. Futile resistance.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, I don't know how much of a DPS increase, if at all, the her chain attacks are, but I don't know, whatever. One of the things I forget about in this game is not this game, but with Ye Shunguang, is you don't have to wait for stun windows. Like, if you have ult, just send it. You know what I mean? Like, I have ult right now. I can just go into ult mode and do this. So that's kind of the biggest like challenge with her. Is just like constantly making sure you're maintaining her state. Like, no matter what you're doing, just hit her with it. There's also no reason to do this. Like, Dialyn's ult kind of becomes almost irrelevant just because it's like, why? What am I gonna do with it? No, I didn't mean to do that. I'm running out of time. So you can see there how completely inefficient I am with this team. It's just not good for me. I did not use Dialyn's like hold basic attack once the entire fight. So that's another thing. Again, so with Dialyn, you just have to focus on keeping her ultimate form on all the time. But even then, even being like this you guys probably saw like the worst gameplay with Ye Shunguang possible. And I still just stomped her out with 36,000 points, right? Like that would have been like, let's go see what Sambi, like Sambi struggling, not struggling because Sambi can do this really easily. But like Sambi sweating, you know, I mean, just straight up sweating, trying to get that done. Where's Defiler? That was the last time I fought her. 43. So peak gameplay, like we're talking, I sat here and I grinded this out and like really got her optimized. Is that the last time I fought her? Wow, it's been a while since she was here, I guess. I could have sworn she was here sooner than this, but yeah. Anyway, this is like peak sweat gameplay where it's just like grinding as hard as I could. Look at this, I went down. I guess other people are playing, and it dropped me down. For those of you guys who saw the first one, the first boss I did, it said 45 here, and then I did more, and now I went down. So I don't know what this means. I don't know what this number means. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it doesn't mean anything. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what this. I said it might be a rank. I don't know. Maybe other people have already gotten their runs in, so I'm like falling behind or whatever. But who knows? But yeah, so like I said, just sloppily, like the worst. Like again, I haven't used Dialyn enough because I've been grinding out like getting her materials and like Zhao's materials. So like it just hasn't been a whole lot of like endgame content. So the point being that like even playing with her sloppy, as you guys saw, we got 36. I'm pretty sure I could. Now I'm curious because, like I said, before I got 42, because 42 is the number to beat, at least in my mind. Defiler with her, so 43 is the number to beat. Do I think I can hit that? I don't know. We'll see. Dialyn is again. She's easy. She's like deceptively easy, where it's like okay, you can just kind of fumble around and get all her stuff, but just using up all your resources to make sure she stays there. Like I'm sure there was times where Zhao's what is it, the not the miasma buff, but the Aether Dream or whatever, the Aether Veil, that like was down for like a second or two, and I had to make sure I reapply that and all that stuff. So anyway, and I'm also curious what the where am I looking here? Wandering Hunter. I'm also curious what the like how the health scaling is going because I don't look at graphs and like all the math or whatever. So someone out there could probably knows that we're still seeing number HP inflation. But from my perspective, look at this. Last time I fought her, oh, you know what? I might try this team again this time. Yeah, you guys might see this team against Miasma Priest again. We'll see how that goes. If I got that high, yeah, I might reuse that. And that just comes off the back of Vivian doing so much damage, whether or not what's her name, Ye Shunguang does a lot of damage. Even if Ye Shunguang doesn't do a lot of damage, just Vivian by herself does a lot. Like whoever the main driver is doesn't really matter. Which is why I like pairing Vivian with Grace, because Grace doesn't need to do a whole lot. It's just Vivian who carries her. But we'll see. But anyway, yeah, I might try that again. We might do this with Vivian here and what's her name here. Just because she's not being used during this one. That's interesting. Yeah, so that's it for today. I'll see you guys in the next one.